Hi guys, welcome back. It's Sue here, and I have a bit of a book haul for you. Not a very big one. I thought I'd just go ahead and share these with you. First one I got was a book I picked up at a comic book shop, and it is The Marvelous Land of Oz, written by L. Frank Baum, and illustrated by Eric Shanower and Scotty Young. I had the same format for Volume 1, which was the wonderful Wizard of Oz, and I really like the illustrations and the kind of darker style to it. And also this format, I believe it comes in a larger format, which I didn't like as much. I kind of liked the more compact size. And I also own Ozma of Oz, which is apparently the third book in the series. But I had been missing the second one, so I was happy to finally track that one down. I don't really know much about the other stories in the series, only The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, so it'll be interesting in kind of delving into that one. Then I picked up several sequels. I picked up Tokyo Ghoul by Sui Ishida. This is a manga, and it is about a world where there are humans living amongst, or ghouls I should say, living amongst humans, and they crave human flesh. And there's this college student, apparently his name is Ken Kaneki. Something happens to him where he ends up undergoing an operation that he becomes half like a human ghoul hybrid. So he's trying to retain his humanity, but at the same time he's craving human flesh. So it's interesting to see how that all kind of plays out. But I have yet to read book 1, so I'm looking forward to getting into that pretty soon. Then on to some more sequels. I picked up The Suffering by Rin Chipeko. This is the sequel to The Girl from the Well. That's the paperback edition. I own the hardcover edition, which also has a really cool cover. I love the crows on it, and that's like underneath the dust jacket. But it's about a spirit, sort of a vengeful spirit by the name of Okiku, and she ended life as a victim, and now she has started death as an avenger. She kind of goes after serial killers. And this particular story takes us to the Aokigahara forest in Japan, which is known as the Suicide Forest. And recently I reviewed, I don't know if I did a separate review, but I read The Suicide Forest by Jeremy Bates, which is about this actual location in Japan, an actual forest. And the Aokigahara is like the second highest suicide rate, second only to like the Golden Gate Bridge in the world. And it's a very fascinating and creepy place. That other book I really enjoyed, so I'm looking forward to kind of continuing this story. The Girl from the Well was excellent, really creepy, perfect for October reads, and so I'm looking forward to kind of continuing this story of Okiku and seeing what happens next. Then I also picked up Mary Unleashed by Hilary Monahan. This is a sequel to Mary the Summoning, which I read fairly recently, and it's about the urban legend Bloody Mary. The hardcover of Mary the Summoning has a really neat appearance underneath, which I like, and I'm so glad they continue that with Mary Unleashed. If you look under the dust jacket, it has a really cool image as well. And the other one creeped me out. You don't look at reflective surfaces quite the same way after you read that first book, so I'm really anxious to get back into this one. And it's a fairly short novel. Both of these seem to be pretty short. Another sequel, this was actually the third in a series, and it is Catacomb. This is the third book in the Asylum series by Madeline Rue. The first one, of course, was Asylum, which I did read, and Sanctum, which I have yet to read, so I'm a little bit falling behind on this series, but it's about a boy named Dan Crawford. He ends up attending a summer program at college prep school by the name of Hampshire College. But during the first book, something's wrong with the dormitory. They're kind of collapsing, they're under repair, and instead they house the students in a former psychiatric hospital. So Dan and two other students, Abby and Jordan, end up kind of exploring the undergrounds of the psychiatric hospital, and it is super creepy. The books themselves are filled with lots of photos, which add to sort of the eeriness of it. Let me see if I can show you. This is from the first book. But lots of photos like that, and it continues in that whole series, and I think it'll look really cool once you get them all on the shelf. I don't know if it's going to end after just the trilogy or if it'll continue beyond that, but I'm really looking forward to reading the second book and continuing with that and see where it all goes. And the final book I have, you might have seen me recently do a review on an ARC copy, which was The Dead House by Dawn Kurtagich. This is the UK ARC copy, which I wanted to give away. And it's just pretty much made up of emails and video transcripts and things like that. But what it's missing is all the little bells and whistles that the actual finished copy has, and I couldn't wait for it to come out in the US. The official release date was August 15th. I got it a little bit earlier at work. We didn't have a strict on sale for it, so I was able to pick it up right away before I went on vacation. And this is the beauty of it. Look at that cover. Isn't that amazing? And that, oh, the house. Oh, that's so creepy. I love the look at the cover too. Because it's sort of about a woman with like two souls in one body. We don't know if it's a case of possession as you begin reading it, or if she's insane, or if she really is two people trapped in one body. But let me uncover the dust jacket here. Oh, actually, I'll show you the back. There's the spine and the back. Here's a little tagline. I am real, I exist, they won't kill me, and then that's scratched out and it says, send me away. And underneath the dust jacket, we have pretty much the image of the UK cover. Carly gets the day, Caitlin gets the night. And then underneath the dust jacket, here in the pages, it is just filled with illustrations and photos and newspaper clippings. And it just brings so much more even to the book than already existed, which I thought was just phenomenal. So I really want to kind of dive back into this and sort of read it again with all the bells and whistles kind of attached, you might say. So I highly recommend you guys pick this one up. Like I said, it is out now in the UK and in the US. I will put a link to my review down below. There's Dawn. She also is a booktuber, so you gotta check out her channel. I'll put a link to that as well. I think that's in my actual original review, so you can catch it on there. But yeah, those are the books I picked up so far in September. Hope you guys find something here you might want to pick up. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.